And it is, I'm Tracy Resch Williams. I am coach consultant. I work with wellness professionals, therapists, and those coaches in the wellness community, helping them to expand their businesses, get clarity, and lead a fulfilling, rewarding life. And I do that through a lot of one-on-one coaching. I have a business mastery course. It's a 6-month course that I've developed. And I do a lot of free workshops, which I've got one coming up, which I will post the link in the comments for you to join. It's next Tuesday, November 22nd, 3 p.m. Pacific time. And it's about stepping out of overwhelm if you're a business owner. So the tool of the week, and I come up with these tools based on my own business experience, as well as those clients that I'm working with. So when clients are going through something, I use my own experience to coach them. And that's how I come up with these tips and tools. And so the biggest thing that I've been hearing this week from my clients is fear. So I've been hearing a lot of fear from those clients that I work with, as well as people that I get to mentor in life. The best way through fear is to take actions, because action creates the opposite of fear, right? So actions. So how do you take actions when you're sitting in the middle of that fear, right? Like you're sitting in something that has you paralyzed and you're struggling to move forward. The best way that I know how to do this is to grab a pen or pencil and a sheet of paper and start writing all those fears out. So you want to get those fears on paper, get them out of here and get them on paper. And Chansey, the dog, just sighed. She's laying by my feet because she's heard this a million times and she's witnessed her owner doing this. Okay, so you're going to get those fears on paper, write them all out, no matter how big, how small they look. Get those fears out of here and get them on paper. Once you have them on paper, share them with another person. Maybe it's your coach. Maybe it's an accountability buddy. The best thing is to share it with somebody that's not vested in you. That's not your husband, your wife, your partner, your business partner, somebody that's like really close to you, somebody that's not vested in you. The best ways that I've found throughout my 23 years, 22 and a half years, 22, almost 23 years in business is to have a coach, because I'm accountable to them. I'm paying them. So sharing it with them. So you want to share it with somebody. And then next to each fear, write down the opposite. Okay. So let's say that you have a fear of not getting another client for the next month and you need to generate income to pay your bills. Okay. So that's a fear. Okay. So what you're doing is you're validating it first by writing it down and by sharing it with another person. Now write the opposite of it. So an example of that fear opposite would be getting 3 paying clients, and even put an amount and a date. So you're going to write the fear, you're going to share it with another person, and then you're going to write the opposite. And you're going to go through all those fears, writing the opposite next to it. Once you have that done, look at what you wrote down for the opposite. And then start creating an action plan, how to get to what you wrote down for the opposite. How are you going to get those 3 paying clients in the next 2 weeks? What actions do you need to take to get those 3 paying clients? What do you have to do? Do you have to do social media? Do you have to pick up the phone? Do you have to send out a newsletter? Do you have to do a free masterclass? What are you going to do to get those 3 paying clients? So for each opposite of fear that you wrote down, go ahead and write all the actions necessary. And then I would love to know what you're feeling after you do all that. So come back to this post and share. What are you feeling? When you are writing those actions down, the more specific that you can be, so the more details, the date that you'll take that action, the time you'll take that action, who you'll be accountable to take that action, the more details, the higher percentage of you taking those actions to get to that result. Oftentimes we hear the opposite of fear is faith in whatever you believe in, something outside of yourself, God, nature, whatever you believe in. And when we're sitting in that fear that's got us paralyzed, it can be so overwhelming to get out of it. And if you do these things, you're taking action, which is the opposite of fear. Action will create faith for you. And I guarantee something beyond your wildest visions that you've written down on paper will happen for you. Please share this tip of the week if it has been helpful to you, and join my free masterclass coming up on Tuesday, November 22nd, where I will give 3 tools, proven tools that have worked for my clients to grow their businesses. And I'll pop the link in the comments for you. Thank you so much for joining the business tip tool of the week. Please feel free to click the button and share it with those who it might help. And I am wishing you a wonderful day from Anchorage, Alaska, where the sun is shining. And I'm going to go do a quick WALK. All right. Take care. Let's get growing.